In 20 Fragments of a Ravenous Youth by Zhao Gu tells the story of a young Chinese girl named Fenfang who ventures to the city in efforts to become part of the acting world. Within her journey, she meets several people: Zhao Lin, an abusive lover; Ben, her American lover; and Huizi, her best friend. She starts out as an extra and then moves on to attempting to write scripts for movies. Throughout the book, she is faced with many troubles in her career, love life, and finances. Fenfang's journey to find meaning in her life is similar to that of a student seeking fulfillment in their college years.
Fengfang's relationship with her parents is one of the many reasons she left home to find a better life. Fengfang grew up in a society where emotion wasn't present in her home life or in relationships. Through her departing letter to her parents, Fengfang leaves with no feeling of love or longing for leaving them. Fengfang wants more meaning in her life through relationships and love. She wants to grow as a person and knows that her parents will not aid in her journey. Similarly, an American teenager might fight with their parents and rebel during their high school years. However, after they move out and attend college, the communication and feelings with their parents usually gets better and there is more happiness in the relationship.
Fenfang's relationship with men is a classified dependency. Whether they're friends, co-workers, or lovers, she finds herself overwhelmed by masculine normality. Little time with females her own age leaves a gap in her learnings as a bright adult woman. Contrastingly, it's quite common for atypical college freshman women to have female companions, but they do still struggle with insecurity and find themselves dependent on male attention to equate value with themselves.
Fenfang also strives to better herself just as an American college student does.
Fengfang is constantly striving to better her life, and a main part of this is where she lives. Through time, Fengfang moves up the scale in where she lives and finds better quarters as her journey continues. Comparatively, college students today are always trying to find nice living spaces that aren't the dorms that can provide more comfort and stability at a lower cost.
Fenfang had to pick an area to specialize in, just like a college student eventually has to do so. She picked acting and being an extra. Similarly, a college student could find themselves majoring in theater performance and going on to being an extra in films and plays. Fenfang starts by filling out papers. She starts as extras in small films that have nothing special about the role. Then she gets to play an extra with a more special role, bride number 2. Similarly, in any job field, college students have to work their way up. A typical college student job: a fast food worker. The student might start as a cashier, then start prepping food, then be in charge of the front end, and then may be promoted to a manager.
In the US, we take education for granted. Even the startling prices of tuition merely instigate pause from co-eds. College is seen as an experience and a necessity between those of us in middle-class America. Many throw away and fail to grasp opportunities, losing insight into their current and future being. Fenfang finds the value in educating herself. It helps her distinguish herself from other peasants, as well as opens doors that would not be available to those less knowledgeable.
Fenfang and high school graduates obtain a different, more independent lifestyle after moving out or attending college.
She wants to better her life on her own and through her own means. Fengfang is also proving to herself that she is capable of surviving and thriving on her own. And in order to do this, she knows that she has to move away from her birthplace and experience what else the world has to offer. Fenfang's life isn't being improved by staying in a small village with barely any culture. In order to gain independence, Fengfang knows she has to view the world through her own eyes. College students also know they must gain independence when they leave home. For most, this is their first time caring for themselves and being alone, which is an important aspect of growing up and evolving.
Fenfang's journey to independence is a slow and treacherous one. She breaks away from societal pressures by becoming aware of others' influences on her relationships and actions. Similarly, is the path an underclassmen treks during their 4 years. Finding confidence in oneself as well as awareness and acceptance of one's flaws build a fulfilling perspective of the world.
During the first few years of independence, Fenfang's view on life changes, just as the typical college student's views do.
Optimism in difficult situations can be a double-edged sword. Either you're constantly beating yourself down, or naive to the happenings in your life. Fenfang struggles with accepting optimism. She is downtrodden constantly, but fails to think of the best of situations to improve her chances. Near the end of the book, she starts to become aware of her outlook on life, though she has yet to do much to change it. The author suggests she will persevere. College students' worst enemy can be themselves. Starting out the whirlwind of classes may sweep them off their feet. Over the years, they soon discover a system that works for them to accomplish what is required of them.
Through her journey, Fenfang slowly begins to gain confidence in herself and her abilities. In searching for meaning in life, Fenfang has to understand herself and have the confidence to succeed. She gains this after her script is read and finally accepted by a producer. She begins to realize that she has the ability to better her life. Students also gain confidence as their college years progress. They start off unsure of themselves and if they can succeed in school. Yet as they continue, students realize it's possible to thrive on their own.
Just like a student who realizes theater performance as a major might not bring in a lot of money, Fenfang realized she wasn't succeeding as an extra, so she slightly changed her path. Like a student switching from theater performance to theater ed, Fenfang switched from being an extra to attempting to write a script. Fenfang also comes to realize that she isn't happy and that she isn't doing enough to attain happiness. She realizes that she has to change her lifestyle. A typical American college student goes through this as well. The student realizes that they need to actually attend class, to study more, or surround themselves with different people that help them be who they desire to be and get what they crave to get. Fenfang and an American college student's journeys aren't so different. Although in different cultures, they still go through a lot of the same rites of passage and phases in their life. Their relationships with loved ones evolve, and their types of romantic relationships they have get more intense. Both strive to better themselves academically, morally, and professionally during this transitional stage in their life. Fenfang and college students have to learn to struggle on their own as they are dependent only on themselves for the first time ever. In this stage of life, both have changes in their views in life, on other people, and themselves. It doesn't matter where you live, growing up has to happen all over the world.